Hello, I'm going to be showing you the external workings on the Accord 560. We're going to start in the front locker. So what you have in the front locker is space for 2 gas bottles, and you've got the trimmer bulkhead regulator there. We've fitted a propane tail which will screw into your propane 6 kilo bottle, and you just turn the gas on at the top of the gas bottle and then turn it off obviously when you're travelling. You've got also in here, you've got the starter pack of chemicals, wrench for the wheels, corner steady winder, 25 metre mains lead, and then also you've got here an MG Caravans hitch cover. At the front you've got your A-frame and your hitch. So you've got your Alco ATC indicator light there. That will light up when you connect it to the car, and that's just to let you know that the Alco ATC is active. And you've got your jockey wheel, handbrake and your Alco stabiliser there. So we'll move round to the side. We've got a trimmer flue there, so you don't need to do anything with that. You just leave it clear, nothing in front of it. We've got your trimmer water inlet pipe here. So it just drops into your water barrel with a little strainer on the end and pushes into the side of the caravan. To release, you pull this trigger back towards you, give it a little wiggle and it'll pop out. So to engage, you just push it in and it clips on, and that little trigger clip just clips around the inlet. We've got the battery box next. So you've got space for your battery, and then you've got your mains hook up there. We've got the fridge vents, and then next we have the toilet. So this flap at the top, that is to fill up the flush fluid. So that is where you put your pink fluid and your fresh water, and you just fill it up until you can see it sort of levelling off there. Below you've got your cassette. You'll see tucked up there is a drain tube for the flush fluid tank. So in the winter when you want to drain that out, you can just pull this little pipe down, pull the bung out, and then drain the fluid like that. It does have an indicator light inside on the toilet to let you know when the cassette is full. So when emptying it, make sure the slider inside is closed. Lift up this handle, pull the cassette out, and then you've got wheels and a telescopic handle to take to your disposal point. When at your disposal point, you just pull this tube round, cap off and dump it, and then just make sure it's cleaned out with fresh water regularly to make sure there's nothing blocking the sensor. Below here, what we have is the outlets for the shower waste and the sink waste. So they've just got 2 flaps on them, so just make sure the flaps are closed when travelling. We'll move round to the back of the caravan, where we've got the Tula cycle rack rails. So if you ever wanted to add a bike rack, they just take these caps off, and it's got pins in there that hold it on. To the near side, at the front, we've got the awning light above the door. We've got the mains point here, and then we've got the external locker that goes underneath the near side bed box. So you'll see there you've got a little fuse board, you've got the alarm box, and then lastly on the outside you've got the barbecue point. You do get a little brass nozzle that clips on the end, that's in the handbook pack, and then just gas hose and Jubilee clip on the end of that, and then turn the valve to get the gas going. I think that's everything on the outside of this Accord 560, and there'll be an internal handover video to follow. Hello, this is the internal handover video for an Accord 560. We're going to start underneath the offside bed box, where we've got the main electric controls and then also the pump and drain tap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the drain tap. So this is to drain the water system so you don't get any frost damage and fresh water every time. So what you have here is your pump, and then you've got a surge damper here, and then your drain tap. So at the moment it's in the closed position, so that's when we're using the van and we want water in the system. When we're done and we're draining it down, just have that in the upright position, and you will hear all of the water gush out the bottom. So after we've drained it and got that drain tap up, you want to run the pump for a second to get all of the water out of the system, and then also open all of the taps. You'll hear the pump running now, and that's just repressurising the system. You've got your boiler in the corner there, got the back of your battery box, and then we've got the main electrics. So you've got your charger on the side, and then we've got the switches at the top. So this switch here is the system shutdown switch. So it's on at the moment because we're using all the electrics. When you're done using all the electrics and you've got it in storage, just press that up and that will turn everything off, so you won't have a drain on the electrics. The only things that will still work, the solar panel will still charge the battery, and the tracker and alarm will still work. So we'll switch that on. We've got these two little isolators here. So we've got an isolator for the charger, so most people just leave that on. Heating and hot water on electric, so just make sure that's on if you're going to be using the heating and hot water. We've got a little light here, it's not a button. This light will tell you if you've got reverse polarity, so there might be a fault with the lead, or if you're abroad, so it protects the system, nothing will work. You just need to address that if that's lit up. We've got RCDs and fuses in here, and there is a neat little information sticker here that tells you what each of the fuses and RCDs are for. Control panel above the door. So this is the main Swift command panel. So we just press that little Swift button on the left and that will fire it up. What you have at the top is you have internal caravan temperature, external temperature, humidity, date, time, and then we've got a leisure battery attached, the solar panel's running, and we're on full battery. Okay, so we've got these following buttons. So we'll start with the pump. So this is your onboard pump. So once you've got your drain tap down, close your taps, turn the pump on, and you can start bleeding through the system. So I've switched the pump on now. You can start bleeding through the water, hot and cold. It will splutter for a bit, and then it will come through nice and constant like this. Next on here is the awning light. So just a switch there to turn the awning light on and off. We've got lighting, so you've got two circuits, so just press the middle buttons, that will turn all your lighting on, and then once they're on from that, everything is individually switched. So you've got a switch for all the different lights there. You can dim them on here, and you can also do it via the app. The next icon is power, so you'll see the voltage of your leisure battery, the solar panel input, the vehicle battery when you're connected to it, and then you can also press this button here. It will take you to further settings, and you can see the AC current, and you can also set a limit on this. If you're on a low ampage site and it's constantly tripping, you can set a limit to avoid that. Finally, on that row you've got the heating, so you can control the Washroom heating via the app or via the Swift command control panel, or you can do it by the Washroom panel itself, which I'll show you in a second. On the bottom row you've got settings, so you can set your date and time here, screen brightness, screen timeout, key beep, and then also pair to your phone. So if you download the Swift command app, you can pair by Bluetooth on the settings. The next icon is radio. So you have the function of, if you press mode, you've got FM, DAB or auxiliary. To use the auxiliary, you go in this cupboard here next to the door, you'll see that you've got the radio module in here, so that's all connected to the aerial, the control panel, and you can also plug in an auxiliary on the side. So if you want to have a portable CD player or an iPod, you can plug it in there and then control the temperature and preset settings and things like that, and balance and all that jazz. Finally, you can control the fridge from the control panel on your phone, or we can do it by the control panel on the fridge itself, which I will show you. So So that's everything on the control panel there. Just switch that off. We've got the heating panel next, so we'll just run through this. So what you have at the bottom there is it's a push button and a dial. So when you push it in, you get 4 icons come up. The first icon is internal vehicle temperature. So if we click on that, push the button in, it's off at the moment, so it's quite warm today, so I don't really need the heating on. But if you find it cold and you want to turn the heating on, you just scroll to the temperature you want. So if you want it at 21, press the push button in and it will take you back to the main screen. The next one is water temperature. So you can have it off at the moment on eco, hot or boost. When you have it on the boost function, it will put all of the energy into the water heating, so it won't get the caravan heating hot, just the water. So we'll leave that on eco for the moment. So select your setting, press the button in. The third one along is supposed to be a picture of a gas bottle and 2 sort of electricity bolts. So that is selecting whether you want to have electric or gas, how much electric. So you can have 1 kilowatt of electric, 2 kilowatt of electric, or if we go back, you can have a mixture of 1 kilowatt of electric and gas, 2 kilowatt of electric and gas, so that'll get the heating hot very, very quickly, or on gas on its own. So select what one you want to use. So I just want to use electric one and press the button in at the middle. The final icon is the fan. So that is your blow air heating, so you can have it on eco or high. So just select what one you want, and then you'll see these flashing at the top, these icons, and then you can go to the settings function on the right to adjust the settings. In this left hand cupboard here, when you're looking out the door, you have your TV aerial. So you have your amplifier there. It's set to maximum, which most people leave it on, and most people do leave it switched on. But if you want to switch it off, there is a little switch at the top there, you can switch it off. It's a directional aerial, so what you ideally should do is undo this nut, push the aerial up, lock it back into place, and then use this toggle at the bottom to move the antenna so you can gain a better signal. There's also a handy little sticker on the inside of this door to tell you how to put it down when you're travelling. Let's just unscrew that, pull it down, and then lock it into place for travelling. As we move around, you've got your smoke alarm and carbon monoxide alarm here. We've got your fridge, so I'll just run through on here the settings on the fridge. So we'll just switch the fridge on like that. It's on the setting automatic at the moment, so when it's on automatic it will choose mains electric if you're plugged in to the mains. If you're not plugged into the mains, it will automatically choose gas. If you connected a car, it will choose 12 volt. To change manually between them, you've got this little selector switch here, so just press that. We're not obviously connected to the car, so it's coming up with a warning. So if there is ever a problem, you run out of gas or the electric flicks off, you will get a beeping, and then that light underneath the triangle will come up. So we'll flick it back over to electric and you'll see the fault clears, it's fine. And then what we have on the right is the temperature gauge. So maximum is coldest, minimum is warmest. So if it is too cold on maximum, you can turn it down using that little temperature button on the right bottom. Inside the fridge, you've got your freezer box, which you can remove for more fridge space. And you've got your catch here, which you can add to a travel catch function. So if you have it pushed up like that, the door won't lock, so you'll just be able to pull it without pushing the catch down. When you're travelling, you want to make sure that that is down like that, and the fridge will lock, so you can't pull it, you do have to push the catch down. Got the microwave at the top. In this cupboard to the right of the microwave, you've got your solar panel battery charger, so you don't need to do anything with that. You've got your mains for your microwave, so if you wanted to ever take it out or unplug it, there's the plug for it. You've got your sink, and the drainer is located in this cupboard here. You've also got your gas isolation valves there, so for the fridge and the cooker. Got your 3 burner hob, and then you've got your gas grill and oven, and you've got your electronic ignition on the hob there. We'll move through to the washroom. So you've got your sink here, mixer tap, and then you've got your shower with the mixer tap. It's got an Eco Camel shower head, which is the water saving shower head, so when it's gaining pressure you might see water come out of these holes here, but that's nothing to worry about. Once it's gained the pressure, it will just come out of the shower head. On the right hand side of the sink, that's where the light switch is. We've got your cassette toilet. So we've got electric flush at the top, and then also a little indicator light to tell you when the cassette is full. When using the toilet, there's a little slider underneath. So pull that lever across and that opens up into the cassette. So just make sure that's closed when you're emptying the cassette. When flushing the toilet, make sure it's open, press down, you flush, and the water will come out. In the bedroom, you've got your fixed bed, you've got your TV aerial. The bed has gas struts, so it will hold itself up. You've got the place where the spare wheel was. Spare wheel's on a underslung carrier now on this model. So to push the bed down, just push it down like so, and it will just slot back into place. On all of the windows, there's blackout blinds and fly screens. So the fly screens pull down from the top, blackout blinds from the bottom, and it's got a clip in the middle that will hold them together. To release the clip, you just pull it towards you and they'll come apart. On this side of the bed, in this wardrobe, you've got the freestanding table there. You've got roof light in the bedroom, washroom, kitchen and living room. They all act very similarly. So push in your push button, pull the lever towards you, and that will open the roof light fully. You can slot it into these two sections to sort of just keep it half open, and then just make sure you push that catch down to hold the lever in position so that it doesn't catch it and force it shut. So that's the same on all of them. And then again, you've got blackout blind and a fly screen, and they just meet in the middle there. The front drawer of the Caravan, you'll see that you've got all of your handbooks in here. So this pack contains sink plugs, the barbecue point part, the screws for the TV bracket, handbooks, and a book for everything. On the Accord range, you do have a Sergeant alarm fitted. So here you'll see the PIR, so that's your motion sensor. It will have a little green light that will flicker. You've got 2 alarm fobs. So the top button is a little torch on the end of the fob. You've got on button, so you'll hear that beep once. Beep once is set. Press it again. 2 beeps is unset. This one here, that will turn the awning light on and off. And then the P at the bottom is for programming. So the alarm will go off if motion's detected, and it's also got a tilt sensor. So if the Caravan moves at all, the alarm will go off. It's also part of the tracking system. So when the alarm is set, if you pay for the tracking subscription, the tracking company know to track the Caravan. Otherwise, you can just track the Caravan on the Swift Command app. So I think that's everything on this model, the Accord 560. If you've got any questions, just give us a call or an email. Thank you.